Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce you to a points list that has been designed based on the new points from our update from 2 days ago, I guess. I was gonna play with my Yanari Drukhari list, and after looking at all the points, I decided let's just go straight up Drukhari. So, what I've done is I've got 3 patrols, classic, for the raiding party. I'm starting over here with a patrol that is Prophets of Flesh, naturally, right? Interesting changes, I guess, or maybe interesting. I'm going to take the Warlord trait, Diabolical Soothsayer, and the Vexator Mask on the Monculus. This is a squad of 10 racks. Excuse the last 5 of them being slightly different colors. It is what it is. Those are some converted racks I'd used once upon a time before I had gotten a hold of more. So they're really just a couple of witches with some grotesque things attached to them, I guess. 1 unit of 3 Talos. So the Haywire Blasters, Macro Scalpels. That's how I like to run mine. I'm curious to see what the new Twin Liquefier gun looks like for Talos. But I don't know, I'm just going to run it the way I've been running them in the past. So we got that. We've also got Drazar and 10 Incubi. Now these are technically in my other patrol with, it doesn't really matter which one as long as it's not in the Prophets of Flesh, so I don't steal the Warlord trait. So it does matter. Sorry, they're in the group with the Dark Technomancer Coven. So there's just 10 Incubi and Drazar. Just the same old. He is technically the Warlord, so he has the Hatred Eternal, rerolling all failed wounds in combat. So that's him. Then the next patrol over is going to be my Witch Patrol. So this is Cult of the Red Grief. We've got 5 Hellions here in the back, the Agonizer and Splinter Pistol on their Heliarch. Then you've got 5 Witches, Shardnet, Impaler, and then just regular Witches, nothing special about the rest of them. Do have the Succubus here in the front with the Bloodglaive Relic. She's also got the Warlord trait for the 3-up Invulnerable save. I don't remember which combat drugs she has off the top of my head. I'll have to double check that. I think the Hellions have the plus 2-inch move combat drug. These witches have extra attacks. The squad of 10 witches on this side has plus 1 strength, I believe. The jet bikes is a squad of 8. Thanks to the points, they're really cheap right now. There are all plus 1 toughness. So I'll have to go look and see because I can't remember off the top of my head what the Succubus has. But there she is, a little kid bashing, a little bit of fun with that. So that's my patrol for Cult of the Red Grief. And then last but not least, we've got 1 more Coven. These are Dark Technomancers, so we've got a Kit Bash Homunculus here in the front leading the things up for this group. He does have the Helm of Spite, so I can do some psychic denying once per psychic phase. 1 squad of 5 racks, the Agonizer, Hex Rifle, and an Ossifactor in here. Then I've got 3 Venoms. They just have the Splinter Cannon and the Twin Rifles that they come with, so they're 75 points a pop, according to the new rules. I am bringing a Raider because there was a lot of extra points, especially when I took out the Incarn. Opened up a lot of possibilities. I love playing the Incarn and I love playing the Yanari Patrol, but I think just a good old classic Witch Cult and Covens will be a lot of fun as well. And then to finish out the Dark Techno, I don't think anybody is really playing Dark Technomancer without having 2 Reapers in their patrol, if not more, running the battalions. I don't know. But I'm going to go back to that as well. I did enjoy playing the Reapers with I used them in Yanari last time because I could put an Archon in there and they could reroll 1s to hit, which made them a little bit more efficient. At least for me, I had a lot of trouble with rolling 1s to hit. I don't know. Maybe my luck will be totally different today. But as it stands, this comes out to 2,000 points. I'm sure there's a possibility that I messed up numbers somewhere, but as close as I could tell, this is 2,000 points exactly. And I did double check my numbers a few times, so hopefully I'm not off, or if I am, it's just a tiny bit here and there. It should be a lot of fun. I'm really interested to see how it plays. I am going to be playing against Blood Angels today, so this is a Blood Angels army with, they've got some new points as well. They are fearsome. I know this for a fact. Played them recently. It'll be very similar to the list I played with my Grey Knights not too long ago. And I have no idea. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It'll be a very interesting challenge, very interesting game. Let me know what y'all think. I think this will be fun. I think it'll be a good matchup, and it should be pretty intriguing to see how it plays out. So we will be back shortly with a look at the Blood Angels list, and then we'll get to the board and deployments, and we'll go from there. Here we are with the Blood Angels. Remember, these are a work in progress, so it's all good. We got most of the models, just some of the colors aren't quite correct. So we're starting off, it's today, he's changed a few things out with the points and all of that, same as I did. So he's got a patrol and a vanguard. So he has the 10 vanguard vets. He's taking a librarian. He's not going to be the Phobos librarian. He just, that model is being extra sneaky and wasn't found. So we're using that guy, but he's not Phobos, he's just regular. There are 2 squads of 3 interceptors with plasma. I'm not fans of them. They're not my friends. I'm not fans of these guys either, but they're at least not going to move as fast as the interceptors. So there's 2 squads of eradicators, 3 and 3. This time he's got 10 sanguinary guard. He's running them in 2 squads of 5, which means I'll have lots of things to worry about dropping in and killing me. Then 5-man blade guard and a 4-man blade guard, correct? Yeah. Okay, then you got the captain over here. He's got the gives objective secure to people within 6 inches of him. And did he have another Teeth of Terror? Okay, I thought he had some dangerous relic on him. Then we got this. What's he called?
Sanguinary Priest.
Sanguinary Priest is like he's the apothecary version, but I can't remember his name. He's the guy that has the 6-inch bubble to remove objective secure. So that's nice. Then a whole 5 assault intercessors. That's it. 5 troop. That's kind of wild, kind of crazy. So we'll see how it goes. We'll play this out. Should be a lot of fun. Rolled up and set up. We're playing Seek and Destroy. That's mission number 21. So we'll get back after we do our rolls and deployments and secondaries and all that jazz. But there it is. 2,000 points. Blood Angels. Lots of scariness. Lots of movement. Can be kind of wild. We'll be back in just a minute. All right, folks, we're here. We're playing mission number 21. I'd mentioned that earlier, looking at the board. So now deployment zones, they're 10 inches the long way, right? On either side of the board, you have an objective in the center, another one in the center over there. These are no man's land, and this mission is a 28-inch gap. Very interesting, because that means I have like 2 guns that can reach across the board, and I don't know if the Blood Angels have any that can reach across right off the bat. Not, they have to move first, so this will be fun. So I've deployed in a big long line back here. Dark Techno stuff kind of clustered on this side of the board, except for a few Venoms. The Talos, Prophets of Flesh over here, the Big Rack Squad, and then back here we've got a couple more Venoms, the Hellions, and then the Jet Bikes, which I almost forgot to deploy. For me, I have this blue-green Venom, has Drazar and the Succubus in it. This one has a 5 Witch Squad, the Raiders holding the 10 Incubi, and then I also have the 10 Witches in the Webway. And they're the only thing in the Webway. So yeah, that's right. I was trying to remember if anything else was. They're just all inside transports. With the one exception being the Venom at the back end over there is empty. Over here on Josh's side, the 2 squads of Sanguinary Guard are in Deep Strike, and your 2 Plasma Inceptor squads are in Deep Strike. So over here is a bundle of fun. Look, very exciting. His 1 troop, I think it's funny that you can make an army that's actually really scary, and it only has 1 troop that kills me. So we've got some Vanguard over here, Combat Squad did them. Is this the 5 or the 4 Blade Guard? Looks like the 5. 4. No, it is the 4. Okay. So 4-man Blade Guard, no, the Librarian. Oh, it is 5. Yeah, close. Over there. And then on this side, the other 5 Vanguard, the 4-man Blade Guard. This is the Sanguinor, right, with the cup? Sanguinary Priest, excuse me. Where's your captain? He's over on this side. Oh, he was over there next to the Librarian. I just missed him. And then the Eradicators are all up here. So, yeah, we don't know. So we got to do our roll-off. We're both a little nervous about the roll-off because whoever wins the roll-off is going first. According to the new rules. Who wants to go first? Do you want to go first?
I don't.
I don't know. I don't have a clue. All right, so go ahead. Oh, he rolled a mighty 2. Can I go above it? I did. There's a glare on that. That is a 6. So I will take first turn because I have to now. I must. So that's going to be interesting. What kind of shenanigans can I get up to taking first turn? That also means Josh will get the last turn to rack up points if things are still on the board. So it's going to be fun, guys. It's going to be fun. So we'll be back after the Drukhari. Turn 1. All right, folks. I moved the Reavers. Being Cult of the Red Grief, you get the 18 inches plus an automatic 8-inch advance, plus you can still charge. So we came in and we assaulted, very specifically, the Assault Intercessors. I killed 1. I wounded 1, and my 5 guys that could hit. They hit me back because they're Blood Angels. It was just whatever. I lost 2.5 Reavers. I mean, I think it's okay. Being obnoxious over here, making him have to kind of work for that. I stayed away from his character so he couldn't heroically intervene. And, it is the thing. It is what it is. Out here in the middle, moved the Raider with the Incubi, moved the Venom with Drazar and the Succubus up this direction. Back here, we're trying to do some screening. Josh took the Relentless Assault is what it's called, where he wants to have more of his people in my zone than I do, and I don't like that. Or more than I have in his. Hellions spread out, Witches spread out. Oh, the little dice marker over here is raise the banner, so those Witches raise the banner there. Back here, the big squad of rats spread out a bit more. These guys all moved up. This Reaper did the 2d6 shots for 4, and it only hit 1 time. It was kind of embarrassing. And we killed 1... something else. Oh, the Disintegrator from the Raider finished him off because we wounded 1 Vanguard and then we killed him with the Disintegrators that were overcharged. So that was fun. These racks came around here. We raised the banners on that objective. This Reaper over here shuffled forward just a little bit and came over or didn't come over, but it shot its load over here and we killed 2 and almost 3 Eradicators. So that was kind of nice. The poor Venom, he tried, he did. He actually did get 1 wound through and it was overcharged because of Dark Techno. So that's where the last 2 wounds came in on that last Eradicator. So that was not bad. We get engaged on all fronts. I raised some banners and then that's kind of where we stand on that. Did some charging and got up in different places. I don't know. It could be all horrible decisions. I have no idea. But we're done, and I will score some points, and that's a good start. So we'll be back at the end of Blood Angels, turn 1. I figure we'll start the recap here. My bikes, they are no more. Are we surprised? No, we are not. The Blade Guard did, I think, kill all but 1. We kind of lost track after we started rolling the Feel No Pains, and then we remembered that Mr. Captain was over there, and he was just going to come and mulch the last guy anyway, so it was fun. But they almost kind of tried to survive. Over here, they didn't actually explode, but I like these cool markers, and somebody mentioned on comments that it'd be good to show where things died. So I used it to demonstrate that these horrific Vanguard vests just mulched my vehicles. So if I don't even think I can recall correctly, but he put Might of Heroes, I think, and
Might of Heroes,
Unleashed Rage, and one other one. What was the other thing you did, or was that over here?
That was...
Oh, they got the Chapter Master reroll all hits craziness. It was wild. So, I mean, we giggled the first time we rolled like 26 attacks out of 3 dudes. Yeah, it was like that. So that happened. Those are dead. My guys, oh yeah, I did lose 3 Incubi trying to get out. Shame on them, breaking ankles. Drazar and the Succubus got out over there without hurting anybody, so that was good. And over here, the 4 Vanguard vets charged my Talos. I wasn't being as clever as I thought I was, and I left too much room for the homunculus with the Vexator mask, so he couldn't get in range with a 6-inch bubble to shut down the blade guard. Vanguard, sorry. But as it turned out, they only did 2 wounds, and the Talos had taken 3 in shooting. So, 2 in shooting. So he's down to 4 wounds left. 1 in shooting. He lost 3 wounds. Yeah, it was 2 in combat, 1 in shooting. I'm having a hard time. This Reaper from the Eradicators lost 2 wounds. They did, speaking of Eradicators, advance over here. These guys advanced right in the front. Mm-hmm. They advanced. They didn't hit all that well. These guys, because of Mr. Sanguinary Priest, I'll get it right one day, brought back a dead Eradicator, because, why not, and healed the other one, and then they spent the 2 command points to be able to raise a banner and still shoot, so that was kind of a nifty little trick. And these Blade Guard came in and charged my Venom over here and didn't actually kill it, which was kind of laughable to me, because I figured they would have killed it handily. So that's that. Oh, I did spend 2 command points for my Talos to reroll all failed wounds, and that helped get rid of the Vanguard vet right there. So that's that. End of the turn. It's kind of interesting. He scored a few points for the Oath of Moment, but I don't know. It's interesting what's happening over here. They have, that's the other thing. Veil of Time. That's the last thing that was cast on them. So if/when I make a charge into them, it lasts until the next psychic phase. They get to fight first. So whatever I charge with, the first thing in will get to hit them, and then everything else is going to have to wait for them to hit, and then I can hit again with whatever might still be alive. So that's going to be a little tricky, a little spicy. Not sure exactly how I'm going to play that yet. I knew there was some other reason to be scared of those guys in the middle. So that's where we're at. That is the end of the turn. And we will be back in just a minute with the Drukhari turn 2. Alright folks, Drukhari turn 2 is done. This hot mess, we left it well alone. Over here, are we surprised by this? Crazy, insane Vanguard vets did die. A few of them died to the Incubi. And then I don't even remember. Oh yeah, the Succubus killed 1 more. So that was nice. I didn't charge Drazar because I wasn't confident that his saves against the insanity of these dudes getting to fight and interrupt combat, because they had to spell Veil of Time, so they were going to get to fight before one of these things fought over here, most likely. As it turned out, it might not have mattered. He spent the command points to interrupt combat with a different combat on the other side of the board that I'll show you in a second. So as it is, 2 of their number are still alive. They're fine over here. The Venom popped up, did some shooting. We didn't actually hurt the Vanguard vets with any of our poison shots because they have good saves. These guys came around and just continuing to screen this back line for our side of the board. Hex rifles missed this guy, the one rack over here with a hex rifle. I decided to supercharge it because why not? And he hit, and then he blew his brains out. Backfiring the gun, I guess. I don't know, but he died. This front Reaper did some good shooting and killed the 2 Eradicators that were sitting on the point. Then the other Reaper killed almost all of these guys, but not quite. So there's still 1 more left. And then over here in combat, the Talos had some weird measuring and figuring out how things worked with this dangly bits of terrain. But we did come in and kill all but 1 of the Blade Guard vets over here. So that was really good. And the Venom took a wound because it overcharged to shoot in combat and suffered 1 wound from doing the overcharging. I don't think it even killed or hurt one of the Vanguard vets doing that either. Blade Guard vets, excuse me. So that was that. And then my witches. So having a 10 witch squad meant that I couldn't possibly fit in this little bitty corner. And it was just 1 witch. If 1 witch wasn't there, I could have fit and made a nice charge straight in, but I didn't. And then as it turns out, they didn't make the charge anyways. Even with the reroll from Power from Pain, they're still standing there 9 inches away from Mr. Sanguinary Priest. Oh well, we really wanted to snag that objective and then keep him from doing other things, I guess. Probably wouldn't have killed him, but oh well. So there we go. That is the end of the turn. Got 3 more for engage on all fronts. Interesting. I knew the incubi weren't going to survive that, but I figured it was worth a try, and we got close. We killed most of those Vanguard vets over there, so that was something. So, I don't know. We're about to have Blood Angels turn 2, and we've got a lot of nastiness deep striking in, so the game is only just begun. Okay, folks, we had, excuse me, in the wrong direction there. We had 1 squad of Sanguinary Guard come in. They were being very mean to my witches over here. I don't understand. But 1 survived, and she passed her morale. So she's still here, being a nuisance to them. My Hellions got shot at by Plasma Inceptors. One of the Inceptors died, and then all but one of my Hellions died. So I don't know if that's really a win for me or not. But there is still 1 there. This dude took a few wounds. This was the story of the game right here. You may have noticed a little picture with a lot of dice that were 5s and 6s. That was Drazar saving almost everything. He only failed 2 wounds out of, do you remember how many it was?
I think it was like 11.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was ridiculous. You can see it and look at it and marvel and be amazed. Anyways, he's still alive. He hit back, and guess what? Their Storm Shield saved everything. The Succubus was not so fortunate, so she's kind of dead. With her 3-up invulnerable saves, she died instantly to the same... Well, actually, she had a few more saves to make, but it felt like the same thing. Yeah, she had 15 and she couldn't do it. Over here, yes. Plasma Inceptors dropped down here in the middle to be a nuisance and to get Oath of Moment points. And they were a nuisance, but not really, because they shot at my racks. I didn't lose any. 4-up invulnerables for the win. They shot at my witches over there, and I think they killed 1. Yeah, that was nice. By the by, in case any of you were wondering, I haven't made any Power from Pain saves yet today. I'm sad about that. Over here, things kind of stayed the way they were. This Talos took a few more wounds. Or actually, I don't know that he did, because I command point re-rolled the 1 Eradicator shot that got through. So I think those wounds were from combat in the previous turn, actually. So that's where we stand. We're here. Everybody's happy. The Sanguinary Priest bravely charged in. I interrupted combat with my witches, and... Oh, I'm not falling, I promise. And then I did all but 2 wounds off of him. He saved... Yeah, it was the Shardnet that could do 2 damage that he saved both of. He took a bunch of wounds to the Hectari Blades. I did give this witch squad the +1 strength combat drug, which actually helped a lot because the little Hectari Blades did do some business there. So, very interesting. Yeah, so he scored a few points in that turn. Got to figure out how to try to keep his Sanguinary Guard away and or to kill them. Which is going to be very hard to do back here, and he still has 1 more squad to drop in, so I'm running out of screening units, which I'm sure he's not sad about. So that's interesting, but we'll be back in a minute. It's pretty, I don't know, it feels kind of even still. Like, I don't think either of us have had a turn that feels like it really tipped the scales yet. So we will see. We'll be back. Drukhari turn 3 coming up. Alright, the Drukhari turn has ended. We've shuffled around to do screening, moved the Reapers up so we could get line of sight. We killed the Eradicators because 1 came back over there. I don't remember if that was now or previously, but we got rid of it. Homunculus raised the banner over here. Then the Talos went and ate up the Inceptors, which tried to Overwatch. I rolled more 1s than 6s in Overwatch by exactly 1 and killed an Inceptor in Overwatch, and then I killed the other 2, and I was very proud of him. I'm referring to my Talos. The Witches killed the Sanguinary Priest. The Venom came over here, took down the banner and is holding that objective, but I tried to surround them secondary just for funsies because I can go far across the board, and I thought maybe it would make Josh stay in his deployment zone. I don't know. I don't think that's working yet. But because of these bullies over here, I don't have this objective currently, which means I still didn't score points for surround them after I finally did all the work to get that objective. Oh well, I still have time. So that's it. Drazar died bravely. He didn't even get a chance to swing back, but he did do, I guess a lot of saves. So that was something. I think that's it. So I engaged on 3 out of 4 fronts for 2 points, and I raised a single banner in the last turn, or I scored a point for it. I now raised a banner on 2 objectives, so I will get 2 points next turn, potentially. Josh does have another squad of 5 Sanguinary Guard coming down. It's kind of annoying. So we'll see. My Venom over here did kill an Inceptor. So that was cool, and did a wound on the other one. So it was pretty impressive from some Venom fire. The whole Dark Technomancer doing 2 wounds on a Venom shot is pretty cool, or poison shot. So that's that. That's the end of my turn. It's, again, very interesting. We'll be back after Josh's turn 3 for the Blood Angels.
We're gonna have a good turn 3.
He enjoyed himself a lot in that turn because his little librarian with Null Zone decided to come out and pop Null Zone, and I'm proud of Josh. He did some good maneuvering. So these guys were able to get up and charge my Talos and tag them in combat and hit them without being within 6 inches of Homeboy, so they didn't lose their invul, but my Talos sure did, and they're dead. It's pretty sad. I'm disappointed. This guy came out here, so he's holding the objective there. The Plasma Inceptor, he overcharged, would have died, but he had the Chapter Master reroll, so he didn't die, and then he killed the Venom. Did he kill it, or did the Sanguinary Guard kill it? Yeah, he didn't even kill it. That was what was funny about it. Then the Sanguinary Guard had moved back this direction so they could charge my Hellion. They shot and killed the Venom, which is kind of ironic, and I wished, how I wished it would have exploded, but it did not. So that guy's sitting there. He is actually just outside, or not outside, but he's not fully within my deployment zone, so he didn't get to count for being in there. For the Relentless Charge, or Relentless Assault, you have to have more enemy units. No, more of Josh's units had to be in my deployment zone than I had in his deployment zone. Which these guys came in and charged and killed a few racks. Over here, the other Sanguinary Guard came down and failed to charge. It's the first time I've seen Josh fail a 9-inch charge in 2 games. But they also failed to kill the Venom. So that meant that my Venom and my Witches stayed alive in that turn, keeping him from scoring the Relentless Assault secondary. So that was kind of big for me, just to keep him from catching me in the points. So right now I'm still up slightly, but losing all the Talos didn't help me any. Would have been nice to have a little bully unit in there to handle that Blade Guard squad. So we're going to have to be shenanigan-y some more. Try to take some things back and clear some things up. So we'll see what happens. We'll be back in just a minute for the Drukhari turn 4 coming up. Okay, folks, turn 4 is over. A little bit underwhelming on the firepower from the Reapers this turn, which I have to say done very well this game. We killed all but 2 of them. I don't know if they worry about morale. I kind of doubt it.
He fell on a 6.
Oh, good. He did fail morale once on a... Oh, it was close. He rolled a 5. He failed morale on a Blade Guard that was over here earlier, so I was hoping. The Witches came up, raised the banner. Venom actually did kill one of the Sanguinary Guard as well with the poison. This dude killed one with his Ossifactor. I don't know if you can see the guy with the Ossifactor because it's on the other side of him. Anyways, that's not the point. This dude, I used him to shoot these Sanguinary Guard here. He killed one. I was disappointed. He actually had like 4 or 5 shots, but he only hit twice, and then he made a 6-up save. I charged into these guys to hit first, and the blade can do work in combat, but it didn't, so those guys were fine. And then they hit him back and did 7 of his 8 wounds. Just like that. Easy peasy. That's what Blood Angels do. Over here, paid my 2 command points as I was back up to 2 at the start of this turn for Black Cornucopians. So we popped up over here and then rolled an 8 and couldn't make the charge. Really wanted the charge. So that's where we sit, hanging out here, all kind of exposed. And yeah, so it's kind of interesting. We'll be back in a minute. Blood Angels turn 4 is coming up, and it's down to the kind of nitty gritty. Not a ton of things are left. His stuff can hit really hard, and mine is not hitting as hard at the moment. So I don't know. Very interesting. So we'll be back after Blood Angels turn 4. Alrighty, folks. Blood Angels turn 4 is done. Much death has happened, which is not surprising. When you don't kill Sanguinary Guard, they kill you back. So these guys came up, took a banner down, stole my objective, and killed my racks. Poor guys. These guys moved over and killed my Reaper. Not a surprise there. This Reaper took a few more wounds, but is not dead, and has only not been charged because Oath of Moment gets you points, and killing that Reaper does not. So it's alive to do a thing. It's something, at least. The Vanguard vets are still there. Over here, Mr. Inceptor raised a banner, so he wasn't shooting anything or killing himself this turn, sadly. Over here, these dudes came around the corner, got buffed up with the Veil of Time and all of them, right? It was everything.
Yeah.
They got all the buffs, except for the Chapter Master reroll everything. So that was the only thing they were missing, but they cleaned through all of my racks, except for one. One survived, so my little leader rack dude, whatever they're called, was alive, and he killed the wounded Assault Intercessor, so proud of him. And then he bravely ran away. I was like, I could roll 1. I did it earlier, but not this time. So they're here, and your captain dude also raised the banners there. So Josh has 3 banners raised starting this turn to go along with the one that he's been holding. Back there in that corner, things have been left pretty well alone for now because other things needed to die, so that's kind of where we sit. Lots of scary things on the board for the Blood Angels, not as many things left for the Drukhari, which is always a problem for us anyways, but it's interesting playing against some of the newer Marines. So there's still a chance, I think, to do some things, except it's going to be really hard to keep him from getting his Relentless Assault, which is on 4 points for having more units than me and his... Anyways, I don't know. It seems pretty likely that he's going to come away with the win. So we'll be back after Drukhari turn 5. I'm having a hard time trying to think what all shenanigans I could pull while I record this. I do have a homunculus right here. That's something. So yeah, we will. We'll be back in a minute for Drukhari turn 5. It's the end of the battle. It's coming fast. Alrighty, folks. Turn 2 is over. The Venom came up. He shot. Did no wounds. These boys both came up. Shot. I think his regular Stinger pistol did a wound. On the 2 Sanguinary Guard. Then they charged. Mr. Homunculus with his Ichor Injector killed the wounded one, and then D3 Mortals on the other one because he rolled a 6 to wound. It was great. Only happens once in a blue moon, but it happened. Killed them, took him off the point, gave it back to me. We left that one with a banner on, but it's turn 5, so it doesn't matter. The Reaper moved as far as it could on its profile to get into engage on the fronts, so we did that. Tried to shoot and kill the captain over there. Didn't do it. We were hoping to take him off the objective, so Josh would have to choose where to put forces to get objectives, to score points, or kill things, either one, just to make it tricky. Sadly, it didn't quite pan out. This guy's fine. Nobody could get in range to shoot. These guys are all fine over here. Probably could have done more about that, but I didn't, and my witches are still holding the other point in the back. So that's the end of it for Drukhari. Scored 2 more for engage on all fronts. I scored 2 for banners, and 10 on primary that turn. So I'm at 70, I think is what it is. I forgot already. And because of the new rules, Josh would have 15 currently for objectives, but primary is scored at the end of your turn for turn 5 for the person that went second. So I'm pretty sure he'll still get 15. But that's kind of interesting. We went to score it up and realized we can't do that just yet. He already holds 3, so he's fine. But it's interesting. It's a little different. He did get 3 for banners that turn, or this turn. So we'll be back in a minute after Blood Angels turn 5 and see what is left of my army on the table. All right, folks, here it is. These guys came up to bully my Reaper. It's dead. Are we surprised? No. These guys moved out so they could knock the banner down. The Assault Intercessors, they ran back over here to hold this objective. Librarian moved. I don't remember. Oh, yeah, we were going to do some shenanigans and then decided it probably wasn't worth it. So we are done now. And with his Relentless Assault, actually, don't think you got Relentless Assault because you only have 1 unit left in my deployment zone after charging, which didn't occur to me. So
I probably would not have charged with the Vanguard.
Yeah, we'll pretend they didn't charge because it was entirely unnecessary. So yeah, you got the Relentless Assault. Anyways, it was pretty good. So that turn scored 3 for Raise the Banners because of the banners that he'd raised on the previous turn, and then you score him again at the end of the game. So he got 6 points on this turn for Raise the Banners. He got 15 for Primary, 4 for Relentless Assault. What else was there? Your Oath of Moment. You capped out by killing my Reaper. So yeah, he made his last 2 turns were some pretty heavy scoring turns, which brought him all the way back up. I ended the game at 75 points, and he came back in the last turn to pass me up by 3 whole points, 77 to 75. And I'm including my paint score, which, so it's really worse than it sounds because he didn't have the paint score and he still beat me by 3 points. But it was the final turn. The final turn was just a monster turn as far as scoring points. Being able to score at the end is good. I'm not sure if I'm not sure how that changes things, honestly. The way they do the scoring now for the end of turn for players
this turn, it would have been better to have it the old way.
Yeah.
But
I guess in some it would
not really.
Yeah, I don't know. It was interesting. It was different. So it was a lot of fun. It was a really good game. I thought I might have had a chance going into turn 4. And then but turn 4, if I'd had a chance, it would have been a lot of lucky things happening. They didn't really work out that way. It was one of those where you dream for the perfect game or turn, and it didn't happen. So that was a lot of fun. Really cool. Blood Angels are scary. We were laughing. There were so many times where I was like, well, let me count out how many attacks I get. Oh, it's like 403, and there's only 2 men standing there. Pretty saucy. But it was a good game. Appreciate you coming, and thank you for the game, and I hope y'all enjoy this battle report. We had a good time playing it out, and we'll catch you on the next one.